from Ukraine. Meanwhile, viewers, we're shifting focus to the economic realm. We are now learning that Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi and his Brazilian counterpart Mauro Vieira have held a phone call in order to boost mutual trust and support. China is willing to join hands with Brazil as well as other BRICS countries in order to resist unilateralism and, as they term, bullying. Not only this, Wang Yi has also stated that it would safeguard the legitimate rights and interests of developing countries and improve the global governance system. That's not all. Vieira has echoed the urgency of the moment, warning that multilateralism is under severe strain. He has reaffirmed Brazil's interests in working closely with China and other BRICS members in order to protect the rules-based global trading system. This all comes as Trump's ongoing tariffs are creating a lot of uncertainty, especially with regards to the larger international trade network. Joining us on the broadcast is Dr. Sharad Kohli. He's a senior economist, joining us live from New Delhi. What's interesting is that this telephonic conversation between Wang Yi and his Brazilian counterpart comes a mere fortnight after Brazilian President Lula da Silva had dialed Xi Jinping, and the statement that they've put forth right now echoes the one that was put forth 2 weeks earlier as well. Are we seeing now a greater thrust of the BRICS nations, because a de-dollarization has been in the murmur for a very long period of time, though there have been efforts to resist this, especially on New Delhi's end, in order to balance ties with the US, but the US does not seem to be backing down and has in fact put punitive tariffs on India.
Well, greetings, Pia. Greetings to the viewers of NewsX World. Well, indeed, a new world order is shaping up. Well, BRICS, some time ago had taken a bit of a backseat. We were not seeing a very strong BRICS from the time it was formed. I'm talking of probably a few months earlier. But now, thanks to President Donald Trump, he has given a new vigor to BRICS with India, China, Russia, the RIC already coming together, SCO summit likely to happen, Brazil likely to, also join in. I think it's high time for a BRICS currency. And this, the domination of the dollar across the world, it is high time that it needs to be curtailed, because it has been unilateral bullying, I would say, of rest of the world. It seems that the world is riding the same boat apart from America, because tariffs have been levied practically on every country. India and Brazil may be facing 50%, but there is hardly any nation on which there is no tariffs. So practically everybody is facing tariff, and even China for that matter. It may be on hold for 3 months, but constant threats keep coming from the US. About only a couple of days ago, we heard about 200% tariffs, because the US wants China to behave in a particular manner. So I think the rest of the world is not very happy with what the White House is doing as of now. And it is time to unite. And I'm sure if, organizations like BRICS and some of the others, they unite together, I think America would get the message that it'll probably feel isolated, it'll feel alienated, and it will have nowhere to go, because America can't live in isolation. So I'm so glad the SCO summit is happening. And the Indian Prime Minister is also attending that, and the conversation between the Brazilian and the Chinese Finance Minister also carries a lot of importance. So now it's going to be BRIC, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and I would also like to advise them to call South Africa as well. So at least the first lot of BRICS is complete. Then, of course, the rest of the nations can follow. But although this is going to agitate the US administration a little more than what it is, but I'm sure they're going to learn the hard way. As the world unites, it's going to be more and more difficult for the US to handle its international relations, Pia.
Indeed, and speaking of the BRICS, there's been a very interesting statement that's come forth from France. French President Emmanuel Macron recently dialed Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. France is going to be holding the G7 presidency next year. India affirmed its support to France in that regard. But what's most interesting is that India is going to be holding the BRICS presidency next year. And France, incidentally, which is a NATO ally, it has now come out and stated that it will support India's BRICS presidency. What do you make of this statement? All right, sir. There seems to be a connectivity issue. I think we've got you back. I would like to repeat my question. What do you make of France's support to India as far as India's 2026 BRICS presidency is concerned?
Well, the fact that a NATO active nation is supporting India is a big deal. And, NATO after President Trump has had a different shape. We are seeing a different kind of NATO. We are not seeing America so entwined in NATO as it was earlier. We are seeing NATO slightly, differing in its opinion from America. So I think even NATO, some of the other organizations like WTO, the Climate Accord, US seem to be following its own course from rest of the world, which is what I'm trying to see. So it is going to unite rest of the world. It is going to bring other countries closer to each other, because America was a driving force until now between the countries, between all organizations, for example, the UN. Now, practically, America is trying to pull out of every single world organization, either by action or by words or by gestures. So I feel France's supporting India for the BRICS presidency is a very welcome move. And once India holds the BRICS presidency, I think we'll be able to take more independent decisions which are in the interest of BRICS nations, Pia.
Indeed, sir. I request you to stay on with us as